Hello, Capricorns on YouTube. This is going to be a May 2023 Heidi's Horoscopes for the general collective of Capricorn. If you have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus heavily in your chart, you identify with the sign of Capricorn, then this reading is for you, unless you're a cross watcher, in which case Capricorn's birthday is December 22nd through January 19th, and Capricorn is an earth sign. So I did a pre-shuffle and I did pull most of the cards from the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, but I do have an overall monthly theme from my own Oracle deck. So that card for you guys is telephone. All right. So telephone indicates gossip. I'll just say this right now, Capricorn. So I feel like you may be involved in some stuff in May that is pretty juicy. Okay. And you may be in feeling like you want to share this with other people. You may be leaning on other people for emotional support or otherwise. And I want to say this about telephone. So the inspiration behind this card was like, that grade school game when somebody would say something at one end and you'd have to whisper it into everybody's ear all the way to the other end. And by the time it reached the other end, the person says something totally ridiculous that does not match what that first person said at all. That's kind of what the telephone is like. So being wary about communication at this time, especially when you're checking your own intentions and kind of checking a little bit about other people's as well. You can feel a shady character. And I want to tell you this. If somebody in your life divulges other people's secrets to you, they will divulge your secrets to other people. Okay. If it's one of those, don't tell them I told you, but blah, 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 that person will do the very same thing to you about you towards other people. Okay. So paying attention to that, who you can and can't trust in your life as far as communication and secrets and vulnerable or sensitive information like that is definitely indicated for May. Now, where are you at in the area of love? Capricorn, I have to say this. Gosh, I feel like you are literally going through a huge transformation or at least some very real big changes in your life. I feel like maybe you've recently had a breakup or you've moved or you've stopped working at a certain job. You've made some very big changes in a few different areas of your life and it is showing. It really does show. I want you to know that from your spirit team that I can see they're showing me that you've really cleaned up the streets of your life and it started with you on the inside. So it's very important that you continue this process and see it through, even if it feels challenging at times, because all of life has its challenges. But the path of development that you are on within yourself and the path of improvement of your life that you are on is irreplaceable. Even if you have to go through a few hard times or obstacles, hurdles, challenges, spirit suggests strongly that you proceed because those are exactly the things that give you the skills and the resourcefulness for the future ahead. And they're telling me that is not something that you're going to need personally in the future. Okay, but the skills that you're learning, you're going to be able to help other people through these obstacles or challenges that you're overcoming. So it's very important that you pay attention, that you're not just going through this for you, you're going through this for the people who will come after you, who have learned from your steadfastness or your perseverance or your resilience or whatever this could be that you are coming up and out of, this transformation that you are making. See it through. Now, in the area of love, you have the Six of Swords here. This can literally be cutting ties with people, dysfunctional or unhealthy, toxic family members, friends, co-workers, bosses, people in the community or your neighborhood. This is cutting ties on a real level with anything that you know is no longer good for you, anything that you know is not in alignment with the future that you see yourself having. Now, with the Six of Swords, she's wrapped herself protectively in this red scarf, which can indicate home life, moving, literally moving in an emotional way towards some other path of life. But this indicates here that some are left behind and going their own way, and that's okay. Some might come with you because they're in alignment with the direction of your life. Okay. So you may have other people going and some staying behind, or this may just be you. This might be your spirit team that is pulling you in the direction that you are urging yourself to go. But I do see you making cuts here in the area of love. You're deciding not to let people abuse you any longer. You're deciding not to let people get away with those same old shenanigans. You're deciding, maybe I don't want you in my life. If you can't be healthy, supportive, and positive and loving to me, maybe I don't want anything to do with you. I see this in this card. So take that as it resonates, Capricorn. But I see that you have done this or are doing this in May. Okay. So let's look into money, finances, and career. This is a very positive card for you. Seven of Pentacles is what is popping out for you here. This is about what you're focusing on and watching that grow. When you plant a little baby seed into the ground, you're knowing its worth not as the seed that it is, but as the plant that it will become. And it will become this plant because you're giving it the love, the care, the attention, the water, the vitamins, the nutrients, all of these things, the sunlight, the oxygen, all of these things that this little plant needs. And you're watching it and you're proud of it and you're nurturing its growth from the start to whatever it ends up becoming, okay, to fruition. So I feel like, being that this is in the money, finances, and career, if you've just gotten a new job or you're just laying down roots, this is a very positive omen for you. This is saying that you are focusing on the right things, that this will grow and evolve to become something that is tangible and definitely lucrative for your efforts. So I feel like you're in alignment with the money, the career path, the finances. Even if you're not seeing it yet, it is coming. It takes time for these things to grow and bloom in your life. Effort, dedication, consistency, attention, focus, awareness. These are things that consistently you have to put into it in order to get that little bit back out of it when the time is right. Okay. But when the time is super right, it won't be a little bit. It's going to be quite a large windfall. It's going to be very lucrative for you in the future, if not already. They're saying something you can pass along to your children. For some of you Capricorn, something you can pass along to your children is something that you're working towards. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. Maybe you're starting your own business or opening your own shop or something, but they're giving me that as well. Now let's talk about in the home life. In the area of home life, you have major arcana card number 2, the High Priestess. I feel like you're quite in alignment and in tune, like I said, and maybe you are spending a lot of time alone, okay, in the home life. Maybe you're meditating a lot. Maybe you're sleeping a lot. Maybe you're having dreams or upgrades or downloads from your spiritual team. I see here in this card, the High Priestess is very in tune, but she's patient. She knows that things will unfold according to divine timing. She knows that she has done her part and she doesn't have to stress on anything else. The fact that you have Six of Swords in the love area and the High Priestess sitting here in the home life, I feel like your home life is exactly what you want it to be, even if you're alone. I feel like you have a safe space, a nice space, a cozy space that is all your own, even if that's just your bed or your room. Okay. You don't have to have a 5 bedroom mansion to feel like you have all that you need. Okay. And I see this here for you. I feel contentment. I feel a righteousness, a knowingness of this is what's right for me right now. Self-care needs. Major Arcana card number 14 is what you have. Self-care needs. Temperance. This is temperance. Okay. So temperance is about your inner knowing, your discernment, about doing the right thing for the sake of doing the right thing, for balancing. Um, you can balance the good and the bad that you see in the world and not let either affect you too greatly, especially the darkness. You see how he doesn't flinch away from it. He just knows it's a part of life and he still has wings and he still has a halo, even though he's a regular guy. Okay. So self care needs, I feel like this is you remembering what a great person you are, allowing yourself to pay it forward or pay it back or whatever this is in your life, listening to the inner knowing that has been steering you thus far. Okay, like I said, you're quite in tune, especially in the home life. You've created this cozy space or comfortable routine or whatever this is that you're very comfortable with. Allow yourself to be grateful for that. You've listened to your inner knowing by making some cuts that might have been very challenging for you, Capricorn. And your spirit team is very proud of you. They say continue listening to that inner knowing with the temperance here. Continue feeling into the situation to know if it's right for you or if it's not right for you. Continue listening to that and continue to do good works and see the best in yourself and in other people. They're telling me that you can always see the best in other people, but sometimes it's harder to see the best in yourself. So remember to give yourself grace and compassion for the choices that you have made, because you are the person you are today because of all the things that you have experienced. And if we would take away just one of those experiences, you would not be quite the same. And Spirit values you as an individual. Now, what are some unforeseen circumstances that you may have in May? You have major arcana card number 18, the moon. The moon is about the past being illuminated. So you may have some new information about the past, or an ex trying to come back to you from the past. Sometimes the past can drown us when we look retro, drown in knowing, as goes, man, I wish I knew this. I wish I knew that. How come that happened? I wish I could change. Get stuck in this kind of stuff. I feel like this is some kind of clarity. Don't allow yourself to drown in the clarity. Don't allow yourself to drown in the emotions connected to that clarity. I feel like this is bright clarity for you. In fact, I'm getting right now that when you find this clarity about the past, or this person from the past is reaching out to you, I feel like you're going to want to reach out to somebody else and gab about it. I'll just say this, Capricorn. I don't know if you're a gossip or not, but Spirit is saying watch the gossip this month, because the people you're speaking to may not be trustworthy. Okay. I really need you to know this. The people that you're speaking to may not be trustworthy. Now, others in your life, major arcana card number 3, the Empress. Okay. Others in your life may be thinking outside the box here. They may be really in alignment with moving to a different location. They may be thinking a bit more worldly or a little up in the air. Maybe you have other people in your life who are motherly and giving and nurturing care of you, want to give back to the world, want to be humanitarians. And to be completely honest, I almost feel here with this card, especially since um your overall monthly theme is that telephone, and you have all the other cards here about cutting ties, this and that. You may have left other people, right? So this is others in your life. They're somewhere else. They're in a different location. I've cut ties, either physically or emotionally distance myself from those other people. So their focus is on other things. All right. I see this here. And that's not a bad thing. Not at all. Now let's talk about this, because this is when your reading gets really deep, Capricorn. Okay, this is pretty intense here. Now, you inwardly, how are you feeling in May? You have the King of Pentacles here. This is like I'm sitting pretty. Okay, I'm comfortable. My money's cool. My house is good. Like I said, you're in tune with that home life. I see that. I see this here. I see this here. You are quite content with the lifestyle that you're sitting, even if you've just made some giant changes, okay, within yourself, Capricorn. Outwardly to others, you're cutting ties, walking away, making big moves and choices for the sake of your own mental sanity, your own emotional or physical well being. Outwardly, you look like you're turning your face away from whatever this is, the crowd, the expectations of you, society's standards, whatever. You're turning your face, you're cutting ties completely. And on the inside, you feel damn good about it. I almost feel like there's an aspect on the outward appearance of you of I'm so torn up about the breakup that I had, but on the inside you're like fuck that guy. I'm glad we're broken up, right? I almost feel this touch of polarity, again, polarity here in your feelings, your outward versus your inward. So getting a little bit more clear and comfortable with the way that you feel would be indicated here by your spirit team, because I almost see like I'm cool with it, but on the outside I'm going to milk this. Mm. And I want you to know that milking this, playing the victim, oh God, things were so terrible. Oh, I'm so glad to be free. I'm so glad to be away from it. If that was the case, then hey, man, you're completely valid. And I am not talking any shit to you. But if you're somebody who may have picked up that pattern where you're a little bit addicted to chaos or drama, or gossip, even if you're somebody who happens to get drawn into that kind of an energy, you can make the conscious decision not to any longer. because I feel here in these cards that there's a chance that you may be drawn into playing the victim so that people can kind of feel a little bit of pity, sadness, compassion for you. Maybe you're hoping to get a handout. Maybe you're hoping to get help through this time that you are struggling through, which is not indicated. But if that's the way, Capricorn, ask for the help. Just say, hey, you know what? I'm really struggling. I could use a little bit of assistance. Can you help me, friend? Instead of trying to manipulate the scenario to like, oh, boy, I really wish I had a cheeseburger, oh, but I don't get paid till Friday because all this stuff has happened. And I don't know what this is, Capricorn, but I know you can understand this either yourself behind the conversation. Just be upfront and real. Most times, if you say, hey, man, if this is a person of integrity who is worth your time and energy and this telephone call or visit, they will say, what do you need? I'll help you. Maybe I can figure out somebody who will, or some other thing for you, right? Those are the people that you don't want to walk away from. Those are the people you can be honest with. And that's what you're starting, is this new honest chapter of your life. I'm not saying you were dishonest before, but for those of you who resonate with this message, there are other ways to get your needs met. Being honest about what your needs are, I feel like that can be marking yourself as a victim, targeting yourself as being weak, to whomever you're talking to. If that is the way you see yourself, as well, if I have a problem, I'm weak or lesser than, and you should look down on me, then who in the heck are you in company with? Because we are all equal human beings, and none of us has the degree or the say so or the knowledge or prestige to look down on anyone else. Okay. No one wants to look down on you, especially if there's somebody who gives a shit about you. Now, what are you releasing, Capricorn? Knight of Cups here, literally on breakup. This is a romantic suitor. Maybe you're releasing that shit. Maybe you've decided that that doesn't work for you and you're cutting and running away from that pretty package, no matter how pretty it might be. Okay. That could be for some of you Capricorns here. It could be. The Knight of Cups can also indicate being charming, holding up appearances, moving really fast in an emotional direction, displaying, wearing your heart on your sleeve, giving these big emotional displays. The fact that you are releasing all of this tells me that you're doing a lot of inner work. Okay, you're deciding and prioritizing what's truly important to you, and appearances may not be. That old relationship may not be. The superficial job that doesn't really help anybody or feed your spirit may not be. So I see you releasing this from your life. And what are you manifesting? Something else, something different. Where you're at right now, the changes that you have made have been huge, and they've gotten you to the level where you're at. However, where you are is merely a stepping stone in the grand scheme of your life. And I see that you are manifesting something outside the box, outside of your realm, somewhere outside of your neighborhood, current job, current relationship, current situation. Your mindset is changing. You're deciding that you recognize what the true priorities in your life are. You're growing up independence, capability, and self awareness to do these things, make these decisions, and make these things happen in your life on your own. You're realizing that you are just as every bit as resourceful as anyone else that you might go tap on the shoulder when you need something. You have it all within you. You have all the capabilities at your fingertips. You are just as smart and well spoken as anyone else, and you can do for your beautiful energy. My dreams are coming true. And before you know it, it goes through the telephone and somebody gives you a call and says, why are you going to Oklahoma? You hate all of us? What are you talking about? It's made it through the telephone. The call gets distorted. The information gets distorted. Don't share your big giant plans and dreams with anybody that you don't necessarily trust. Okay, because I feel like it doesn't stop with them, Capricorn. I can't not say that. So let's talk about what brings you down in the month of May. You have the Nine of Wands here, having to keep those healthy boundaries. Again, I feel like you made some time, you cut some ties, you made some cuts, you released some of this, whatever it is in your life. And remember, these unforeseen circumstances, that past is coming back to rear its ugly head. And I feel like you might have to assert your boundaries again. I feel like whatever those things were that you cut out of your life, people, places, jobs, coping mechanisms can come niggling back at you like, hey, what about me? I see that you're doing good. I think we should hang out. I think you should entertain me for a little while longer. Don't you miss this? I feel like for some of you guys, this can be addictions, man. I'm speaking real here. It can be, hey, how about if you grab a cigarette? How about if you grab that thing that you decided to put down? Doesn't it sound like a good idea? We can have these little voices in our heads, these devil and angels on our shoulders that talk us into and out of making mistakes, changing behaviors, standing firm in our own empowerment. I feel like this is you right here having a bit of a battle or a struggle, either with others outwardly or within yourself, about maintaining the changes that you've decided to make. It's hard, man. Adulting is hard. And I see you struggling a bit with coming to terms with all of the things that you have going on now. Asserting your boundaries, asserting the dominance that you have in your own life and arena can be exhausting, especially when you have other people or other things weighing on you that keep testing those limits and boundaries. Just know it's a choice every time. And every time you choose the best option for you, it becomes easier the next time. And eventually, those choices come present themselves less and less often, less and less often. The more you say no, the more forcefully you are adamant about that no, I'm not entertaining this. Eventually, it'll stop showing its face in your life again. Okay. Now, what lifts you up in the month of May? Eight of Wands here. This could be new love. All right. Maybe you can the old one and you're diving into something new. Hey, take that as it resonates. You could be somebody, Capricorn, who's afraid to be alone. And that's can be arrows of love. Take that as it resonates, but it can also be personality clashes. It can be a lot of different people. So, hey, I'll say this, hearing about all the stuff that's going on and getting all wrapped into the juicy details of them or you or whatever's going on. This can be something that lifts you up. Why? Because it's a form of escapism. It fills your time with other people's junk instead of your own. Okay. So, this can lift you up, but it is not the solution. Okay. Being creatively interactive with other people is a very positive and healthy solution, okay, but not getting drawn into the drama, the gossip, the he said she said, just because I'm busy and I don't want to look at this whole problem that I have over here. Instead, I'm going to make this mountain out of this molehill, right, and focus on that, because it's truly something much more easy for me to deal with than all the baggage that I'm cutting away from or trying to step out from under. Okay, I see this here. So what is your, I've got two more cards for you here. On the bottom of the deck here, something that you're carrying with you through this whole experience in May. Six of Pentacles. This is about a reciprocity, okay? A generous and healthy give and take, not just takers, 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 not just givers, givers, not I'm being taken advantage of. This is healthy and reciprocal give and take amongst two willing parties. Receiving assistance when it's due and not overtaking. Okay. So I feel like, again, you may be inclined to play the victim in some of these areas in your life, even if you don't feel victimized about it. Okay. Because you want to get your needs met in a financial way. Somebody, please help me through this situation. Again, it's you don't have to manipulate people who care about you to get your needs met. They truly deeply want to help you. If you can be honest with them about what those needs are. And being honest about your needs is not a vulnerability and it's not an exposure of your own weaknesses or flaws. We all have shortcomings, we all have flaws, we all have struggles and hard times. Capricorn, the people who you would reach out to. Spirit wants me to tell you this right now. The people that you would reach out to for assistance, for help. Hey, mom. Hey, friend. Hey, church pastor. I'm going through a hard time and I could really use some assistance right now. The people that you would reach out to would not look down on you. In fact, they think highly of you. They love you. They care about you. And it would be a positive aspect of their own life path journey for them to be able to assist wonderful you with whom they have such a great esteem of. Okay, so allow yourself to be the catalyst for that person doing good in the world by assisting you when you need it. They're assisting you. That is God and your spirit team assisting you through human hands. Okay, but it starts with you speaking up about your needs so that God may have someone there to intervene and assist you through your struggles. Now, what is your final guidance? Major Arcana card number 19, the sun. Go outside as much as possible if your weather permits. I have to say this. She is out within the rays of the sun. The sun can change the chemistry of your body. It releases endorphins. It helps you to, it releases these chemicals within your brain that can alleviate anxiety, stress, depression, physical ailments. Okay. It literally recharges your system. So if you're able to go sit in the sun, consciously connect with the sun, allow the sun rays to soak into your physical body. This can re energize you. This can fill you with more hopefulness and optimism, happiness. But again, even if your weather does not permit, okay, the sun as a final guidance card is about opening yourself up to whatever the universe has to offer you and not limiting yourself based on the past, based on what you've been limited to before, based on what other people think your life path should be, based on what you feel your own limitations are. They keep saying that you are limiting yourself. The universe in its design is an unlimited, infinite universe of possibilities, and you have access to all of those possibilities. It's about what you're open to. This or better, God, allow the universe to bless you. You are worthy of being blessed, Capricorn. Those limits that we're talking about here might be your own self-worthiness limits. Oh no, I don't need much. I never do. That is a limit. That is telling the universe that you can go without and you do not need supported, and it's a lie. It's time for you to receive whatever it is that the universe has for you, because you've been putting out good works into the world. And yeah, you've made mistakes, and who hasn't? I feel like maybe you're afraid to receive because you don't know what karma is going to bring you. I want to have you know right here and now that karma is not bringing you anything. Your spirit team is bringing you into alignment with your path, and they want to bless you greatly. So please believe that this is possible for you. Please believe that happiness is possible for you, even with your current situation, even in the most messed up situation that you're dealing with right now. Resolution and peace is possible. Allow spirit to step into your life and, and work with you. Just say, I'm willing, God. Drop it in the comments, in your heart, in your mind, or out loud. Drop it in the comments. Say, I'm willing, spirit, to work with you. I'm willing, creator, source, universe, for you to work in my life. I'm willing. And I thank you for your assistance. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. Beautiful reading for you. Now, if you don't know me, again, my name is Heidi Corona, Spirit Speaks Psychic Medium. Heidi is me. That is the name that I go by. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm right here on YouTube with you guys. If you're not subscribed to my channel, feel free to click that notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment and let me know how it resonates with you for the month of May. And be sure to check out the links that I have in the description box if you want to connect with me on another platform or on a deeper level. I'm here for you. And until the next one, I send you guys so much love and so much blessings. I hope you have a fantastic May. I want to hear about it. Bye, Capricorn.